Hello, we are Project Renegade. We are very happy to be here at your show. We come from Greece.
Yes.
We play, what we say, modern metal, I
Yeah,
should say, yeah.
maybe.
And yeah, we're really happy to be here. I'll ask away what you want to know about us.
Yeah. I read your bio tonight, I get some question from there, and we get some fan question from Instagram.
Awesome.
Uh,
Sure.
I don't know if you get the question from the
Yes,
contact.
we did.
Yeah, you did. Okay. So, how did you come up with the band name and the band ID?
Uh, Actually, that's a funny question because we came up with a name. We never, when we started, we never called ourselves a band. I mean, we were just the two of us, and we were like a drummer and a singer. So we said, let's do something with our project. Let's do, what about the project? So when we actually became a band, we wanted to keep the name Project because it always reminded us that, it came from something that it was way more humble and way more grassroots. So um, we kept Project, and then I had some ideas written on a paper, and the word Renegade was there. And it kind of describes how we live as people. We tend to be very critical of society's norms and trends, and we don't usually take information that's been given to us without any critique. So we try to carve our own path and not conform to anything that's today's, mainstream way of
Yeah.
living. And we kind of renegated from all that. So that's a word that we felt that represented us as people, and it kind of had also a nice ring to it. So we felt that it was the right choice to make, and it was something that we could back as a band. What
Yeah.
your name says a lot about you. So that was
Okay.
how the name came about.
Ah, cool story. So, uh, by the way, I saw you play in a lot of festival for a few years ago. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we were very fortunate from the beginning. We had the chance to play some very nice festivals here in Greece, but also around Europe.
Yeah.
We have participated in festivals like female metal event in the Netherlands, and festivals in Romania like Rockeniasi. There are many. I kind of like forgetting stuff.
I I saw that you was in Ukraine and play. What are you thinking about everything what happened today?
Yeah, we have played uh, not only in festivals, and we are starting right now to play again, because from the COVID the situation we weren't
Mm.
able to travel abroad, and there weren't festivals happening the last few years. We have the chance to play again, and actually in 2 weeks we are leaving for the Czech Republic to play at Metal Fest Open Air. And we also were very lucky to share the stage with some pretty cool names like Evanescence and Bullet for My Valentine, Harakiri for the Sky, and
Yeah, I mean, and in Ukraine, that was, if you compare it to what's happening now, that was something that kind of hurt us deeply because it was the first country that actually asked us to came back. There was a lot of love from
Yeah,
the people in
I
Kyiv.
can understand that.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
so we wanted to come back, and then COVID hit, and they, seeing everything that they're going through, with the war and everything with Russia,
Mm.
it's just
I,
so disheartening and so sad for we feel so blessed to have played there, and we are trying to feel figure out a way to get back there as soon as possible, and help by providing maybe some entertainment to some music for those people, because they are very, very nice people.
Yeah, I can understand it because I talked with one guy from Ukraine. He have a metal radio from Ukraine, and we talking about the music and sending music together.
Great.
So it's really nice. So uh, so in 2020 you was playing with Eminence. So can you play
Yeah.
something of that?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was an amazing experience because it's one of our favorite bands, and it's like meeting your heroes. And it actually didn't. Some people say that when you meet your heroes, you get disappointed, but actually, this was one of the times that didn't happen. The guys were like amazing, and Amy was very approachable, and everyone was very excited and very down to earth. Yeah. I think it was like one of the best memories, one of the best experiences that we have, lived with Project Renegade here.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
can understand that because
Yeah.
you're talking about then meeting your heroes. I really meet my hero because I talk with Snowy Show in this band of speak, and that's are my hero.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes I think that you get a little bit scared because you do not know how they are as persons, their personalities, how they're gonna be. But it was amazing. They were really cool.
People on earth. I mean, I remember how it was. We were very apprehensive to go talk to them, but we said, "Screw it." I mean, when are we going to get a chance like that again?
Yeah.
And then they were just smiling, and I remember Amy like hugging Marianna out of nowhere, and it felt like they were they knew how to I don't know, they didn't seem to confuse that whole rock star status with
Yeah.
being everyday people and having communion and being able to talk to each other and have fun.
Yeah, I understand, and I think Rockstar is just easy people to talk with.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they are easy people, and sometimes they are really not easy people because we have also
We've been on the other side of the
we've been on the
fence.
other side also because you never know what you can expect, but most of the times really famous people are very down to earth.
Yeah, and you got a big plan for the next year. No, this year. It's 22 now.
Yeah. Cannot believe that we're having gigs again.
Yeah, it's going too fast now.
Yeah.
Well, you will go and play with Wind Temptation. How that come? What
Yeah.
happened?
Actually, we have two festivals with Temptation. We have the one in Czech Republic in a couple of weeks, and then we also have one in Bulgaria in July. We are very fortunate, we booked those festivals, and the lineup is amazing. I mean, even playing with those bands in the same day is like it's a really huge honor for us. It's also one of the bands that for me personally are one of my favorites. The Sharon has influenced the way that I sing, and also the music. And I like very much with Invitation because they have evolved throughout the years. They're not the same. I mean, they started as a symphonic metal band. Now they are more like a modern metal band, I think.
Yeah, I mean they never settled for a sound that kind of worked for them. They pushed their boundaries, and that's the definition of being an artistic person. Never staying in one genre and being genre specific. But it's also it's for me at least sometimes I have no idea how those shows came about. Like, we
Yeah.
were just a bunch of kids a couple of years earlier, and we were trying to figure things out. But hard work pays off, and that's the honors that we're
Yeah,
getting.
I know. I know
Yeah,
what
Yeah.
you're talking about with hard work.
Really hard work.
Yeah, I
yeah,
know what you're talking about.
yeah. I mean,
So, but so you're gonna play 2 times with that band now?
Yeah, for now,
Uh,
for now, 2 times are already announced. We are in the same festivals. Yeah.
okay, that's cool. So, what do you have any tour for next year?
For 2023, you mean?
Yeah,
Uh, you know, um, that is a very difficult question because we had some proposals for 2023, but we want the summer festivals to pass and see what's gonna how the whole COVID situation from the fall is gonna be, because there are people who are saying that from the fall some restrictions are going to come back, so we have been in the situation of canceling because of
mm,
that, and we not want to go making plans again that are going to fail.
uh,
So we want to ride the summer, see a little bit how the situation is going to go, and then make some moves for 2023. I think it's not wise right now to make plans without knowing somehow how the COVID situation is going to happen, because it's very disappointing for us, having to cancel stuff or having to say postponing and postponing and postponing is very it's very difficult for us psychologically also.
yeah. And I mean, if you have to plan all those things and then you get super amped about it, and you want to do them. And the reason we do what we do is because the end
yeah,
game is to play that live and share it with people. And
Yeah.
when you have all those plans, in your mind, you're like, finally, I get to play my music,
yeah,
for everyone, and then you just don't. And that's something that it's very, I think it's very saddening for us because we don't. First and foremost, we think of ourselves as a live band. We are a live band and we want to perform and we want to go out there. We're not wants to spend a lot of time in the studio and honing our craft and everything. We just want to get out there and headbang and release some energy. And when you don't get to do that and you have to cancel it, it's also
It's a
pretty.
hit for
Yeah,
everyone. It's a
yeah,
hit.
yeah. It's
yeah. I
it
can
hits you.
understand
It
that.
hits you.
Yeah, and also I don't like what's going on right now. If you have seen several festivals, there are bands that are canceling, not because
Yeah,
the festival is not going to happen, but because they have made investments that are right now are not fruitful for them, and they say it's because of COVID situation. No, it's not because of the
I
COVID situation. It's because they won't get the money that they invested,
yeah,
and we don't want to be that, and we don't want to be the person that will say no, we cannot do that because
Yeah,
we won't have something to get back. So if we are going to do something, we want to be 100% sure that we're going to do it,
yeah. It's for the
and I think it's
fans.
it's
For
fair
the
for the fans also.
Yeah, you being all in this push and pull situation where you're like, oh, we're gonna come there, we're gonna break stuff together and everything, and then you're like, guys, we cannot do that. That's not treating your fans right. You should wait and give them a sure shot. Like,
yeah,
we're coming this day. Get out there. Let's come together and create some magic. And if you cannot do that, then it's disheartening for the fans as well. So you'll end up causing more problems.
yeah. I really understand it because we at Veckans Band Med ZeD we try and get the festival this year, but that was cancelled because of COVID. so
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so that's why we thinking and stop maybe for 2024 or something.
Oh my god, I don't want to wait to
yeah.
2024. No.
2024
Yeah,
seems like ages ahead. like eons.
I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
there will be, another pandemic up until then.
That's true. So, but I think it's a really hard time to get some gig right now. I think.
Yeah, and there are
Yeah.
also, some postponements because of COVID. So there are a lot of stuff already booked for 2023. But I think we will navigate I mean, for the summer edition right now, we have also some shows that are not announced yet. There are still chances and opportunities for, I think, for bands to perform. But we really believe that we have to be very careful. So, we maintain a nice and, fair relationship with our fans.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, have you been in Sweden and played sometime?
No, never,
No,
unfortunately.
No.
no, unfortunately, but we
We
want to
really want to.
so much. it's
So
it's
so
like the metal capital of the
Yeah, of
world.
course.
yeah. So if we get the festival, you come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
sure.
course.
Book it.
Then I know. So what's make your band different from the other bands?
It's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think in music market where it's very oversaturated, what kind of misses from a lot of bands that at least I try, and search out is that extra bit of honesty and that extra bit of danger, where whether it's a lyric, whether it's a riff, drum beat or whatever, you just kind of feel it, and it has a little bit of that raw energy behind it, uh, even if it's like produced in a very modern way, like the intention behind it. I don't feel that there are bands that have this extra 1% of of should say like human energy, and I really think we bring that because I think we really walk a fine line between being old school where we need to be old school and being new school where we need to be new school. We tend to go that extra mile. We mean our lyrics. We mean our music, and we have this like no bullshit rule. Where we get to play our instruments, and there's not like a ton of processing being behind it. So when you come and see us live, you have a whole different experience or whatever. I think in our core, and also coming from Greece, which is a very bipolar and difficult country to live in, you tend to have that edge. And I sincerely think, and mostly for my bandmates, that they do have that edge. They do have that nastiness when they need to get, nasty, and they have that honesty when they need to get honest, and they have that emotional capacity to express real life things without them being very, campy and dishonest. It's a band that comes from uh, a place where nothing was given to us and we had to earn everything. So our message is a very raw and powerful and tangible message that you can relate to and everyone can relate to. There's no distance between this band and its fans. So this is actually, I think we've broken that barrier, and you know, we have this created this, like universe where people can be like, yeah, I can see myself in that because I've been through the same shit. So these are my guys now. They represent what I'm all about in life. And this is a very hard thing to do, to not be, that egotistical and inside your own head and just think of, of let me write a song that it's not only about me, because in this life it's not only about us, about ourselves. It's about us as people, and I really think Project Renegade does that, and I also kind of think it shows that. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
about you.
totally agree with you. The honesty and the freedom that we have managed to, like put it into our craft, into our art. And also, I believe that we are crazy enough to, combine totally, different elements. For example,
Yeah, it's very unfiltered.
yeah, we will have like a very heavy breakdown, and you will hear, like clean vocals, for example, which something that is not usual nowadays. Most people scream or growl or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you may see, you may listen to, like a very nice orchestral song, and you will see like four guys on performing like they are in a punk band, for example. There are
Yeah.
different styles and different, elements that I think are well combined. They have cohesion. They're not like randomly thrown in there, which I think makes the whole experience, unique.
Yeah.
And I think it's just Project Renegade. I don't think that anybody else could like replicate that sound.
Yeah.
And it comes from being very open to everything.
Yeah.
Everything is uh, everything keeps its dynamic range in what we do, but when it goes to 10, it really goes to 10 um, in a very, I don't know. It just feel like the whole, like the whole music kind of unleashes. It does. There are no holdbacks. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
There are no holdbacks.
I play one of your songs in the radio yesterday, and
Awesome.
I really like
Thank you.
that. I played the fix in is in. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
That's
thank you.
our latest single from our
Yeah.
upcoming album.
Okay. Because I am live tonight also, so if you want to, I play it again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of
We would
course.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we
Thank
would
you.
appreciate
And tomorrow I live every day.
Every day, thank you.
So,
Every day you receive a thank you from us.
yeah. So the last question are how long have you been active in music?
In general, or as
Yeah,
Project Renegade.
for all.
Okay.
No, I mean, since we were kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we met each other when we were 16,
Yeah.
and we've been playing music in bands since we were 13, and we've
Something
been
like that.
playing music in general since I was 9 and she was
Until
5.
5, yeah. I started with piano when I was 5, before school, 5 or 6, something like that.
Yeah, and I started playing drums when I was 9, and then moved around 18. I learned piano, and now I'm just kind of noodling on guitar.
Okay, then it's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, we have coming to the fan question. If you want to
Great.
answer some fan question.
Of course.
Yeah.
So the first one are which gig are you most happy with, and can you tell me why just that gig?
Which gig are we most happy with? Ooh, I don't know. It ranges because, like, like maybe playing with Evanescence in Kyiv, it's something amazing. You play to like 5,500 people, and it's like a sea of a crowd, and you don't see the end of it, and it's like this surreal thing where you're like, okay, these are the big leagues. We are here. But then again, there are some club shows that it's like total mayhem, and people are like hanging from the ceiling or whatever, and it's that also has its special kind of craziness, which I really dig. I I'm not sure. It's either of those two extremes, either like playing with Evanescence or like with Bullet for My Valentine, maybe Harakiri for the Sky. That's those are bands that we grew up with, and it's amazing. Like I get to meet Matthias from Harakiri from the Sky, and we text each other every now and then. And he's I consider him a very cool person, and then again, we've played to like 40 people in a club
Mm.
in downtown Athens, and it was just like one of the best shows I've ever played. I don't know. It's
Yeah. I
But
think for me, it's like, I think that the craziest thing that has happened to me as a live experience is Sylar with Evanescence in Kyiv.
Yeah,
When
with the lights.
when I asked, Sylar is like a very has a very atmospheric sound at the beginning, and I asked the crowd to put up their phones, and I didn't realize how many people there were until everybody put their phones up. So it was like it was like you were literally seeing like stars in space. It was like
Yeah,
it was
it was surreal.
amazing. It was amazing.
I can understand that because I was on see Sabaton for a few weeks ago, and when they played the song Livstidskrig,
Yeah, yeah.
everyone put up the light, and
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like you're
yeah,
floating in space. It's an amazing experience.
yeah,
So
I
for me,
can
it's Evanescence.
understand.
Yeah.
I can understand your feelings. So, uh, which song do you wish you had made?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question?
What song do you wish you made
Ah,
from the
yeah, yeah.
big one?
For me, this is a very easy question because I would love to have created Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. I
Oh,
love that song. I love it. I think it's a masterpiece of art, of music, of the whole process behind recording it was amazing for that time. And of course, like
yeah.
it's Freddie Mercury. I mean, like, it's one of the best
Mm.
singers, one of my favorite singers.
I know. Yeah. I would love to have recreated the Benny Hill theme.
Okay,
It expresses my life so accurately. Like from the moment I wake up, all I hear is or
okay.
that or the Super Mario theme because that's something that always makes me laugh. I don't know. Every time hear the Super Mario theme, I'm like,
Super Mario, by the way, is a really great game and
isn't it? I mean, it's
movie
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
and movie or I think TV series.
Yeah.
TV series.
Yeah, it was also TV
Oh,
series.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think is it.
yeah, yeah,
So you have right. Super Mario is great.
yeah.
So can you two live without music today? I mean, the band and everything.
No, no, no.
No.
I wouldn't be able to live without music. Not in. Not even if I was the richest person on earth, I wouldn't be able to live without music. It's so. Uh, it's my vehicle of expression and my vehicle to connect with the outside world in a way that I would never be able to do so verbally or uh, I don't know.
Mm.
It's everything for me.
I don't know how to live without music because like we said before, for me, I've been dabbling with music since I was 5 or 6 years old. I
Yeah,
cannot remember myself not having something in any capacity to do with music. And for example, when the COVID restrictions were here in Greece, there was some time that they didn't allow music in public spaces and in cafeterias and restaurants, stuff like that,
that was
because
depressing.
that they thought that because we speak louder when there is music around, or I don't know, we just we contract easier COVID, for example.
Yeah, and
And it was the most awkward thing to live, to go to drink a coffee or to have like
without
a
music,
yeah,
yeah,
it was the weirdest things.
it was so
I
depressing.
I have the same. I always have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really like working with radio. You find out a lot of new band you never know
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So
That's
it
all.
was amazing.
That's very sweet. We are always on the lookout for new bands.
Hmm.
Whenever someone suggests anything, we go and listen to it right away. It's also very inspiring to hear new music. To see where it's going.
yeah, uh, then you have a lot of new band on Veckans Band Metal Radio and check it out on YouTube.
Great, we will.
So how many album have you released this year?
We have released one EP, Cerebra. It has 3 songs. It was our first
Effort.
effort, professional effort. And we have Order of the Minus, our first full-length album. It was released in 2019.
Yes.
And now we are in the final stages of mixing our second full-length album. It's called Ultra Terra, and it's going to be released somewhere, in fall 2022, something like that.
Yeah, fall 2022 is, I think it's a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are kind of wrapping things up, but we are also getting ready to tour. So we're really, our heads are not in one space right now. In order to make something, we are rehearsing for touring, and then we are mixing with our producer like late at night, and it's gonna get there. But I think in order to not create false expectations, I'd say fall 2022 is a good shot.
Yeah. So uh, there we was. How many gigs have you made from the start?
Oh my god, I don't know.
I don't know either. There are many.
Yeah.
There are too many to count.
Yeah. If we even include independent shows and everything like that, there are way too many.
Okay, it's
Because
too many.
yeah, because there was a period when we were like, in the beginning stages of the band where we would play everywhere we could.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even have to be a good production. They just had to have a PA, like crappy drum set, and maybe
Or not a PA, because we
Yeah.
have been in that situation too, not
Yeah.
having a PA.
and like
Okay.
maybe
Uh,
a barely working amp, and we made it work. So too many
Yeah.
to count.
Okay, then I understand that question. So, what is your dream with your band? Have you some big dream with that?
For me, I don't even think it is about us. If I were to speak like very egotistically and personally, I would just love to make this like my full-time career where I would like make my living from this. But I don't think that's my dream. I think my dream is to create something where everyone can find themselves and represent themselves in their music in order to use it as a motivation to make this world a better place. Like if I don't know if the next big thing comes from a person that was so determined, and he found his determination in maybe one of our songs or in our music, that I would be chuffed to bits to learn that. That would be amazing for me. I kind of almost don't do this selfishly. It's it's about expressing also how I feel, but I also want to represent people of my generation and just help them motivate to achieve whatever their dreams are. So if someone finds any kind of solace in my music, I don't know. I'm set. I'm
Yeah.
okay. I've done it for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, for me too, is mostly about um, expanding the Renegade family,
Yeah, sure.
and I mean, even the shows, they are an artistic and like it's an outlet for us, and it's what we love to do. But we also do it in order to meet other people, to connect with them, to
Connect.
talk with them, and above all, I think I agree with you. That is the
That
ultimate
is
goal.
that is the
Yeah.
mission of music. That in general, music is meant to connect, and
Yeah.
of course we gain stuff. Like which is we gain experiences and we meet our heroes and we travel and all of that, and that's the selfish part of what we do, and we are very happy that we get to experience all of that. But that for us is an extra. It's
Mm.
an it's a plus. The main goal and the mission behind whatever we do is to connect.
Yeah. And to we also have, like we said, our heroes and the bands that we love and the artists that we love. And I would like to know that the way that my favorite artists have helped me in difficult times, that's what I want to give back, to be able to help another person in their difficult
It's
times.
like they helped us in order to help someone else, and that someone else will help another one, and it goes on. It's, I think, roughly that's, I think, our dream.
Yeah, that's great. And like you say, help together. That's, I think, is the best way.
Yeah.
So the last question are, what are you most proud of in your band?
That's a very good question. I mean, I'm proud to. I'm proud of something that is very non-romantic. Like, I would say, I would really love to say that I'm proud of, being like playing in front of all those people and everything, and I am very proud when I get to do that. But there are like personal times where, doing this gets so hard. Like, when we wrote Order of the Minus, when we paid for the mixing and mastering of the last song, we were literally broke. We didn't have anything. We had like €0, zero money in our bank accounts, and there are times where you're like, "This is it. I have to quit. I cannot do this anymore. It's too taxing for me." And every time, so for me, I'm very proud of all those times where we didn't quit and we said, "You know what? We have each other, and we're a family, and we are this family of four that drives through whatever, and it's super relentless and super strong, and no one and nothing can beat us, and we will stand on our own 2 feet, whether we don't have money, whether we don't have songs to write right now, whether we don't have shows. We will create something out of nothing." And the amount of times where we created something out of literally thin air, it's the times where I'm most proud of myself and my bandmates. I guess that's it for me. I'm proud of not quitting on my dreams, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, especially here in Greece, they do quit on their dreams. They can say whatever they want about, our country. They can say that we're lazy, or that we are, like, always on an economical crisis or whatever. But for me, the main Greek motive is that people just quit their dreams for a regular, regular type of life because they are forced to do it. So me and my bandmates not doing that and trying to show people an alternative is something that I'm most proud of. Not quitting. For me, it's
Yeah.
not quitting.
I totally agree with you, like 100%. I mean, I'm most proud of our resilience because, especially for a band from our country, it's very, very difficult
To do everything.
to do anything. We are way too far from, even in the main Europe scene. I mean, like, the main scene is your country, Sweden, Finland, Germany, Belgium, those countries, and they are really far away from here. We don't have the luxury to hop on a train, for example. We will always have to go to catch a plane and stuff like that. These are, like, the logistics of our country are really, really difficult on bands. And we have a lot of bands here, and there is a great scene, but we are really
Yeah,
cut off.
I get a lot of band from your the manager you give the interview
Yeah.
for you. He
Hmm.
sent me, I think, 10 bands now, so
Yeah.
from your country. So
I think they have done a research, like, recently, and I think that we have like 1,600 metal bands here, like a
wow.
1,600 metal bands. Actually,
That's a
having a
lot.
presence,
It's a lot.
in the music scene, and we are really cut off from the rest of the world, and it's really difficult for every one of us to break out of here. So I think that, like Odi said, we have been in some really low times and times that were really difficult, but we always found that in the end we love our music and we love what we're doing. So we will keep doing it.
Yeah,
And
It's a testament to being from here. You know, there are a lot of people that go through that everyday grind here, you know, like everyday heroes that are not musicians or whatever, that, you know, they're not only artists, but everyone who wants to do something here has a very hard time of trying to do that. And we are very proud to be from
do
here.
that.
Yeah, and to do that,
Yeah.
because that shows that if we were anywhere else, we will and had that same, you know, mindset that this country has bestowed to us from its
Yeah.
misfortunes. I honestly believe that we would be on the top right now, because there are a lot of bands out there that are very hard workers, and I know that for a fact. But I can guarantee you that we would outwork them, because we are from Greece, and working for an inch, just for an inch, that's everyone's regular life here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's about it's about, I don't know. It's about being. For me, maybe it's, you know, maybe what we are most proud of in you know, in the end, is our identity.
Yeah. Okay. So then we have come to the end of part of this interview, and we have a question from the band before I talking with.
Mm-hmm.
So Tom asking you what the name means.
What the name means? The name is
Of your band.
yeah. The name is doesn't it has no specific meaning. It's uh, it's just a name to
Represent.
to represent
Yeah. Our mentality.
yeah, a mentality, a way of life, and a way of surviving in a modern day world.
Okay.
You have to
Oh,
be a renegade, you know, in order to do what you need to do.
yeah. So if you want to give a question for the next band, what question will you give?
Oh, nice. I would like to ask them, what is what's the one thing in their writing process that makes them unique?
Okay.
When they
Then
write a
I take
song,
that.
do they have a specific,
Yeah.
you know, like ritual or a specific mindset they get into when they are get creative? What is that makes them unique?
Okay. So and do you want to say anything more to everyone want to see this interview?
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
having us here. We are really honored to be in your show, and we would really love to, come to Sweden. So invite us.
Yes.
This is a chance to invite us.
Do something to
I
come
will. I will.
to get us in Sweden. We would highly appreciate it.
Yeah.
I will try.
So be on the lookout, because some good things are gonna drop in a few weeks. Also, maybe a new song. I don't know.
So
You
so
can.
so so you mean maybe we at Veckans Band Metal Radio can play the premiere?
Yeah,
Of
why
course,
not?
why
Why
not?
not?
Why not?
Yeah, of course. Since we are breaking the news here in your show, so just be on the lookout, because there are a lot of stuff coming. There are a lot of festivals coming that are not announced yet, and there is also an album coming. So you
Yeah, you
know,
should be on the lookout for that, because we put really blood, sweat, and tears in there. We were very. We pushed ourselves into new territories that we've never been before, and
mm-hmm.
through this uncomfortableness came something that was
Yeah.
very unique and very fresh
Yeah.
to us, you know.
Yeah.
So you'll hear us like you've never like you've never used it before. So I think it would be a great experience and a new experience for everyone who is interested in what we do.
Yeah, that's great. So